I may tout that Yu-Gi-Oh is all about skill, but let's not act like there isn't luck involved. And I felt that with all the randomness that comes in Yu-Gi-Oh, how about we add a little more? It's time for the Jesse Kotton Yu-Gi-Oh channel to finally get a wheel series. But see, here's the thing. I'm not content with just a wheel. So in this Yu-Gi-Oh Master Casino, we will first spin a wheel to see which pack we shall get for this week. Then I'll roll 10 dice to dictate the number of packs I get to open. Then from a deck of cards, I will draw one card, and based on the card that I drew, I can include that many generic staples into my deck. Then lastly, I'll flip 6 coins, and for each heads, I can craft one card from my secret pack or the archetype inside the pack. Then when it's all said and done, it is my job to take the abomination that I'm left with, construct a meaningful deck list, and then head to the ranked in Master Duel. And in 5 games, we'll see how I can fare against some of the best players in the world. Welcome to the Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Casino. Welcome back to the Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Casino. I am back yet again, hoping to finally achieve a better result than the last 2 weeks. Now, I took some of you guys' feedback from the last 2 videos, and we're going to do 2 things differently. For one, this is going to be a bit of a spoiler again, but we added another dice for Legacy Pack cards. I'll roll this dice, and depending on the number I roll, I get that many Legacy Pack, not tickets because I can't buy those, but cards I can craft from the Legacy Pack. So there are some staples in there for what it's worth that are kind of cool, like I guess card destruction. Nothing crazy though. Still, this would have fixed my Shaddoll Hedgehog problem in the last episode. That was very frustrating. What? Why is this card not in the Shaddoll pack? Yeah, so no wonder I didn't pull any. It's a freaking Legacy Pack card. Why? And then also, this one I'm not sure about, but I'll roll with it. Now, when we did the last 2 casinos, we rolled 10 D6s. Now, 3 D20s is the same average, however, there's way more variance on it. It's not going to be as close as 35 as often, whereas D10s or D6s would be. It's a good thing when you want a consistent deck or consistent amount of packs. When you want it to be completely wild, I guess more variance makes sense. And you guys made it clear, you want to see me suffer. You want to see gambling at its finest, so we'll try this. And if I get 10 packs to build a deck around, then I'm just screwed, but that's what you wanted. Now, this episode is again going to be a solo episode where I go up against ranked, do 5 matches and see how I fare. But I'm going to do my first collaboration next week for the casino, so make sure you guys stay tuned for that. But I think let's start off with this first. Let's spin the wheel. Let's go. All right. There's so many packs here, I can't even tell you what things are. Immortal Royalty. Now, I'm going to guess again what I think this is, and I'm going to be wrong again. Immortal Royalty. I'm going to go, this is Eldritch, because you got the king on the throne, it's a zombie. And even if it's the vampire cards in the same pack, then vampires are the nobles, right? Dracula is the lord in Transylvania, Eastern Europe. So yeah, let's search up Immortal Royalty. Master Duel is a secret pack for Eldritch and vampires. So I was right. Okay, this time I was right. Eldritch is playable. Vampire, not so much. Vampire, I made a video about. It's like, it has some good synergies, but truthfully, they're not great. Eldritch is outdated by a couple of years. Honestly, similar level to Shaddolls. It's the same kind of time span of early 2020. Okay, I think we can do fine with this. Let's look at our D20s and see how it does, though. Please don't give me a low roll. All right, come on, give me something crazy. 44. That's pretty good. That's really good. Okay, yeah. I'm not sure what the variance is on this. The standard deviations. 44 feels pretty solid to me. It's way better than we've had yet, so I'm down. Next is flip some coins. This is going to be the number of crafts that we get for our engine. With 44 packs, should hopefully be not as many, but let's give it a quick roll through. 3. Perfect. So this is my first time, I think, getting 3. No, I got 3 the first time. Last time I got 1. 3 heads, though. 3 crafts. Should be pretty solid. Let's shuffle up our flashcards, though. This is going to be the number of staples that we get to generate. Last time we got 10 and still lost. So hopefully we get 10 again. I need this. No problem with 6. 6, good amount. I can fit in some nice floodgates for people. Some ash blossoms. I'm feeling good. And then lastly, we got 1 dice for Legacy Pack cards. I don't know what Eldritch cards in Legacy Pack. I'd have to do some research during the deck building phase, but you always want more packs, not less, or more options. So let's get a high roll. And 2. You know what? If there's anything I wanted to low roll on, it's probably this. This is like not that important. One last thing before you pack opening, you guys also made us that I should do some sort of final gamble at the end. So what I'm going to do is every time we pull a super rare or an ultra rare, I can choose to disenchant it at the end, just dismantle it. For every super rare I dismantle, I can declare 1 super rare from that pack that I won. Then I get to open that many packs equal to the number of cards I dismantled to try and find only the super rare. The super rare is the only card from that batch I can play. Then I can do the same for my ultra rares. And it gives me one final gamble, all or nothing, to try and get the card that I need. Because this would have helped a lot in the Snake Eyes pack, which could have fixed my entire deck. And even to some degree in the Shadol pack. Hopefully this means that even if I get a lot of foils that don't do anything, it gives me one last redemption round. I'm excited. Let's get some packs opened. Okay, so let's take a look here at the card list for, what's it called? Immortal Royalty. Now, truthfully here, I really do not want the vampire cards. They're like acceptable in a sealed format, but they're not going to be enough here. If there are vampire cards to get, then it's going to revolve around vampire domination, which is a counter trap revolving around controlling a vampire monster. Then there are some okay vampire monsters for getting bodies and fields, including Vampire Retainer, Vampire Familiar, and Vampire. I'm hoping to have a better deck than that, because again, we're not playing sealed. I'm hoping for, I mean, we are playing sealed. We're not playing against sealed decks. We're not playing sealed format. Just attack buffs aren't important. I just need at least 1 Golden Lord. I don't have to craft it. I get 2, that'd be fantastic. 2 is safe. It means SP is not going to ruin my day. 3, I don't even know if I'd play 3. The cards you need are super rares. We're needing for Eldland and Sanguine. And then I'm just looking at the rarities here. This actually going to work out very well because Aquero and Conquistador are rares, meaning unless there's some really unlucky shit that goes down, I should get 3 of each of these. And these cards are really important to have multiples. Okay, I think this is a decent enough breakdown. Let's get into some packs. And yeah. So first up, let's do our 4, you know, singleton packs. See what we're dealing with ahead of time. Scarlet Sanguine. This is a phenomenal start. So not having to craft at least one of these is fantastic. I have 3 crafts total, and they may very well go to more Sanguines, but good start, good start. Another pack, another foil. And every foil means something here because I can gambit it all in the end. Spin! Oh, never mind. It was not a foil. Why would I? Yeah. Friggin' Master Duel, guys. Nothing else for that actually matters. Another super rare. Let's see if I get trolled again, or if I actually get a super rare here. Awesome, and it's right side, so it could be a Sanguine. Vampire Sucker. I mean, it's a decent link too. It's not brilliant, especially by modern standards. It's kind of fallen off, but it is a playable card, and I'm happy to get it. All right, so now our final loose pack, and another glowing yellow. I mean, that's great. Hopefully, actually a foil, maybe not. Oh, we got something. Butterfly Fish. Okay, that's a super rare, which means with the new rule, we can gamble that at the end for something more powerful. 4 single packs down. Let's take a look at our batches of 10. Let's go. All right, 6 foils in the very least. All right, I'm digging it. I'm digging it. Now, I don't think I've seen Aquero or Conquistador yet, which is a little concerning. Not that far into the packs, but I'd like it. Ultra on the left side is a bit sad, unless it's a staple. Super on the right's solid. Okay. That's not playable. But Skullmeister is a playable staple. It's a hand trap negative graveyard effect. So it'll probably make the cut, truthfully. Vampire Domination. Again, if we are going some vampires in our deck, this will be playable. So that's not bad. An ultra rare we can gamble away is still good. Left side super again. Barrage Blast. Did I pull this last time? I don't remember, but this card is not playable. My first Aquero, so good. But I do need more of those at a much faster rate. Ultra rare. Give me a right side ultra rare. Perfect. Give me Golden Lord now. Damn, Dompier, Vampire Sheridan. So you can use your opponent's monsters. I don't want to build a vampire deck. Vampires really aren't that good. It's a foil. It is a foil, and it's another Sanguine. That's perfect. That is great. Maybe it's a royal. It is not a royal. That would have been cool though. 2 Sanguines down, 1 Conch, 2 Aqueros. We're making decent progress. We got a staple in Skullmeister. You know, these aren't brilliant pulls, but we're chugging along where we need to be, and we still have 30 packs to go. So I feel good about this. 30 more packs to go. Keep on moving along. All right, 4 supers and an ultra in theory, acceptable. No, I don't think we've gotten any batches of 0 yet in this whole series, and I know I've just jinxed myself, but that's awesome because when I play these series with other people, like Master Madness, where I only get 20 packs, by the way, so it's even less than this, I get 0 all the time. All right, left side is whatever. I can still roll that again. Yeah, I'm not playing that card. Ultra Rare in the left side. A. Dogmatica Fleur-de-Lis. So Eldritch and Dogmatica cards go very well together. However, this doesn't do anything by itself. You need other Dogmatica cards alongside it. It can just summon itself as a body. That's technically not the worst, but I don't think it's ever worth playing. It's not turning out fantastic. Right, come on. Fraulein and Domination again. So I'm going to have to play some amount of vampire cards. Fraulein. Mein Frau. Left side again. God damn it. At least I'm getting ultra rares, but Blaster. That would have been a sick royal, but don't think I can make anything meaningful with this. Yeah, I mean, I think I can't. Very cool card, but not going to make the cut in a zombie deck. Vampire Awakening. I don't even know what that card does. Yeah, these cards all suck, though. Full Vampire pack. Yeah, not great. Okay. 2 ultras again, 3 supers. We're getting pretty average, you know. These are looking like some good batches. I do wish I was getting more right side foils, however, because I do need this Golden Lord. But then again, like, a lot of the cards I need aren't even, like, foils. Give me the SP pull we got last time. Come on. All right. 2-2 here. Vampire, terrible. Eldland. I forgot about Eldland. I need 3 of this card. Oh, that would have been a cool royal as well, but I do need 3 of this card. 1 down is great, but now I'm concerned because I don't have 2 of them. Here you go. Golden Lord is here. I believe. I have the giant Eldritch card in the back. Wait. I just moved it the other day. 1 second. I call upon the giant Golden Lord. I won that in a Master Duel Online like VTuber tournament back in February. That was cool. But we'll stick that in the background for the rest of the video. And I see the foils on the left side. That's awesome. I'm being sarcastic, obviously. Great, Traptrix Elamir. So I'm totally using that when I'm locked into zombie monsters. I did want that card. It's not mandatory, but it's nice to have. It's Golden End Forever. Great pickup. 2 packs to go. Ultra rare. Come on. Eldritch the Golden Lord. Thank you. It's on the right. Yes! The royal would have been broken, but I'm still very happy with that. That is 1 out of the way. That is great. 1 more Sanguine, Eldland. Give me those. And then I can get other cards like Black Awakening as well. Fraulein. That's fine. I have a lot of glossies today. Okay. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. We got 2 important cards and 1 good card. This batch of 10 paid off nicely. I should have 10 more packs left after this. I think it's very doable. Final 10 packs. Take it away. Again, we're looking for 1 Golden Lord, 1 Sanguine, 2 Eldlands. No Ultra Rare flashing there. Could be our first batch of misses, which would be rather unfortunate. But yeah, Old Land Forever, good pickup. Not mad about that at all. That is a solid 1 to have. That was a 3rd Aquero. If I hadn't already had the 3rd Aquero, that is super rare again. Right side, come on, right side, right side. Say it with me, right side. Perfect. Sanguine, Sanguine. That's blech, blech. I don't own this card. All right. Guys, hey, Golden Lord, I see you, my boy. I see you. Come on, Golden Lord on the right. Golden Lord, Quem, that's cool. And another Sheridan. Clutch up, Golden Lord, this is you for sure. Getting all rainbowy and flashly. For sure, Golden Lord. You're definitely a flamboyant character, you know? All right, that's Golden Lord for sure. Whatever, and... Told ya! Even because eventually I had to be right. You know, if I keep saying it's Golden Lord, eventually it is. But which means my crafts are going to be used probably on Sanguine and 2 Eldlands, but I do have the ability to go hunting for it. So let's see what we're ready to dismantle, and then we'll go from there. All right, so here on screen are the cards I've decided to dismantle. I have 2 Sheridans, so I think keeping the just 1 might be fine. Same with the Bram. I decided to keep these in case I need to rely on some vampire cards. I don't know if this is right, but I think it's not worth 1 extra pack to try go for it. So yeah, and then use the supers I'm getting rid of. I'm keeping the Skullmeister importantly. The Skullmeister might come up as a hand trap. In fact, I think it will be in my deck. This is what I'm happy with. So I'm gonna get 13 super rares and 6 ultra rares. Okay, so with my 13 packs looking for 1 super rare, I'm going to look for Cursed Eldland because while Sanguine and Eldland are without a doubt the card I need, Eldland I need 2 of. So I'm going to get 2 of those in 13 packs. I can play both. If I get 2 Sanguines, I get nothing. Now remember, I cannot play any other card I pull in these packs. Only the declared card. If I get nothing, I get nothing. If I get 3, I can play all of them. So I'm really hoping here that I get Cursed Eldland, and then we're done. We're set up. So let's fire through this real quick, 10 packs, and skip along. Nice ultra rares I won't be able to play, but it's fine. 4 supers. Outland, here we come. None of these are Outlands. Another Golden Lord. I got 2 of the fusion. I can't play these cards. Black Awakening, I don't have any of either. I was never picking Black Awakening over Sanguine or Outland, so I don't feel bad about it. If I got Sanguine, I would have been pretty upset, but we got 3 more packs for Outland. Nope. Another super rare I can't use. I'm getting a lot of foils, but not the ones I need. Another foil. Not the one I need. Come on, please. That's an ultra rare, though. That's not a good sign. Firewall Dragon. And dude, these packs were crazy. Where were these at the start of the video? No Outlands. It's fine. I have 6 crafts for an ultra rare, but what do I even want? I'm going to call Voivode, I guess. I really don't know about that one, but whatever. Voivode, 6 packs. Let's go. I don't feel another Golden Lord here. Nothing. That's fine. 5 more to go. Nope. 4 more to go. Foil here. 2 foils. None relevant to me, nor can I play them. 1 pack there. There's the Sanguine. I mean, I never picked Sanguine, but yeah. The super rare. What the hell? And lastly, nothing. All right. Well, I mean, that was worth the gamble, I guess. One day that's going to pop off and it's going to be sick, but not today. Let's build the deck core, and then we'll figure out how we want to build the rest of our staples and legacy pack cards. I've reached the point in my deck building where I have a kind of core deck that I'm looking for. I left 8 open spots for my deck because that's what I'm looking for super rares. Not super rares. My craftable staples and my craftable engine cards. So I have 2 and 6. So I have 8 open spots. I imagine most will go to the main deck. Now, if I had a better pack, I could, dedicate more spots to extra deck. But this pack, for one, doesn't need much extra deck, but also other packs for me, I had to cut down cards, like with the Evolve pack. Truthfully, it was kind of hard even getting the 32. I had to play vampire cards that I truthfully not happy about playing, like Fraulein, Shadow Vampire, Vampire Sorcerer. I'm playing a small package of vampires, still including specifically Retainer as a way to search Domination is a good card. As a removal, I have Red Baron, which can swap my vampires for theirs. As for my crafts, though, it's going to be pretty straightforward. Wait, no, I have 9 crafts. Why do I think I had 8? I want to cut Fraulein then? Probably Fraulein. Fraulein or Sorcerer. Battle just doesn't matter. And if I need removal, I have access to removal pretty easily. I'm going to get rid of Fraulein. Yeah, I'm going to get rid of Fraulein. So the first 3 crafts should be pretty easy. I'm going to throw 2 of these in. I'm going to throw a 3rd Sanguine in. So the engine crafts are straightforward. Now it comes to the non-engine. I feel like I put in Ash into this deck every single time. And Ash is a good one because it gives you some sanity and hope when you go second. As well as going first. Ash and Maxi just are going to be the staples. Throw in 3 Ash. 2 Maxi. I have 1 spot left. I guess I could pivot back, put the Fraulein back in, and go SP here. Now, what would I want it to be if I have a main deck staple? Is this a Nibiru angle again? Because one thing... Oh, I'm missing the legacy pack cards. I can actually cut more from my deck. I think I can cut Shadow Vampire 2 then. And maybe even Elixir to 2. And I think I want to keep up main deck cards high. So I'm going to put in Chaos Trapples, like I said. This is like the biggest SP bait in the world, but that's kind of the goal I'm going for. And then I think... my last staple, I'm going to go for another going first card. It's going to be Skill Drain. It is just one of the best possible cards in this deck, and I think having access to it does make this deck much better. I think this is a decent path to go. 5 hand traps isn't brilliant, but this deck was never really going to be a hand trap deck anyways. The vampire stuff has the ability to do something, which is what I was caring about. And the Eldritch cards look, for the most part, complete. So I feel relatively good about this. Before I actually hop on real quick, let me see if I have 5 more extra deck cards I can throw in that can... line up the last 15 so don't give away stuff to my opponent. 14 card extra deck. People think what the hell is going on, but like I'm not summoning these cards anyways. It's just nice to have a full out extra deck. It doesn't give away information to your opponent. Can I go positive today? Can I win 3 games? Honestly, if I win die rolls, I really think I can do that. But if I don't win die rolls, it depends on their hand because I have limited capability to come back from a strong combo. Okay, so first game we've lost the die roll, which as I said was kind of important to me, both on Kingstark. All right, so I wonder what this is. Maybe a nice Maxi can save me as well. It's a classic masterable fashion, but let's be patient. All right, hand. Oh man, this is a killer hand. We got Maxi and Ash and Eldland, one of the best going second cards in the deck too. Yo, we're low-key cooking. We are cooking. No, just wait. It's engraver here. So I'm not gonna interact with this. I'm gonna ash the tract because if he has nothing else, this may check for his ash and his call buys, which will be important to kind of deal with. Maxie's the card I care about more resolving. And if he passes to the ash, then that's not a bad thing either. Maxie can be used later. It's not like Fugalas. So I'm happy to ash this. I'm gonna toggle off that way. Doesn't reveal any info to him. And okay. Cool. Now we see more based on what his decker's thing is. It's Sengagen. Okay, so this is probably just Snake Eye, which is rough. It's a roll Snake Eye. I'm gonna Maxi here. I imagine he's not gonna show Ankh. Yeah, Maxi. And hopefully this is enough to hold him down. It did. That's fantastic. So no Ash and no call by in their hand. This is valuable information to read, which means this will also resolve. They may have Valor and Imperm type cards, which do very little against me. If I go Golden Lord, pop this, and then swing for 35 directly, we actually put them... No, they can still use Sengagen. It stops them from going doubly. I'm going to Bonfire here. So they might go for IP, which does somewhat deal with the L-Land here for one draw. Doing for Ash, which means they can't search. They can search Oak off it, I guess. But if they go Poplar to do the field spell play, which I thought they were going to do, then they would have... Need to give me an extra draw. They could still do that. Okay, give me an extra draw here. I don't have any more hand traps to draw, so if they keep playing, I will just not be able to interact. Guys, this is the destined game. I switched to the Yugi field, and I've embraced my powers of the Pharaoh. I should win this, right? I do Skill Drain, Maxi, Ash, Maxi Resolved. It's versus Snake Eye, but this is like the dream. Just thinking here, I imagine he's debating between going like IP or doing nothing. I think if I were him, I would have gone IP, but at the same time, I probably would have just gone Poplar, then get Temple. Actually, that being said, a lot of people don't play Temple. It's a very popular OCG thing to play just Dramatic Chase and no Temple. I do not like that trend, but it is somewhat common. Sack off this means I might be ending on Flamebird. It might mean he's going deep, which is something I'd rather he doesn't do because I don't have that much I can do about it. Retainer is... Ugh. Not the one I want to draw. Then Dramatic Chase here. Get Diabell Star. Yep. And then end phase, bring it up. The question is, does he go IP here or pass here? I hope he passes here. That'd be great for me. Retainer, I guess I can go... Actually, it's kind of annoying if he clogs my back row a little bit, but yeah. All right. I mean, it's a good play. It's only punishes if I'm playing Snake Eyes, but I'm playing 14 cards in my extra deck. I may look like a bit of a troll. But yeah, the Vampire Retainer is not bad if I get to go Sucker, because then I get to search Domination and on as well, which is a solid trap card. End phase. Can this come from the hand, actually? It can. Interesting. Interesting. And that triggers this, right? It does. Okay, so we should be able to actually force out the Silvera just fine. Oh, wait. Yeah, the extra draw is pretty rough for him. Okay, no, I feel pretty good about this, right? This is like 1, 2, 3 traps all kind of set up. Silvera probably dealing with the Outlands. It's 4. All spoken for. Golden Lord would make this like invincible, but no. Domination. That's not bad. He kind of has to Silvera this. If he doesn't Silvera this, then I just pop this, which is what I will do. He may deem that worth it. Okay, so he's fine with me doing that, which I don't agree with. I have enough cards that I shouldn't, in theory, sacrifice losing anything. So what am I throwing away here? I'm probably throwing away the Sanguine because I have 2. It is a better card than White Destiny, but I can actually use White Destiny with my Retainer here. Target this. And I'm probably actually sending the Ash here for Golden Lord. It does actually help me, which is pretty funny. It helps me, but it doesn't help me. I low-key want to get rid of my Outland here now, and I'm not going to be able to. Yeah, change Silvera. And this will let him trigger the Diabell Stars, so he gets to cycle all his resources again. So he can sack off the Flamebird, and then he can revive Ashen Poplar, get OSS, get Oak, and have follow-up. I, however, am pretty comfortable, though. It's Wanted as well. I'm pretty comfortable with Skill Drain. To be honest, if I didn't have Skill Drain, I think I'd still lose just because this is a skill, not a skill def, a power creep def of 2024 best deck in the game versus 2020's tier 1 strategy, but with sealed. So he sent Sengagen. I don't know if I like that more than Flamebird, but yeah. I want to kill this now, so I can't keep floating back. Under Skill Drain. Set OSS. Okay. I know nothing in his hand at this point then. Could get Max Seed here. Which, if it happens, I might chain White Destiny to revive it. I'll just add it to my hand. I don't have to actually summon it. That's right. Nothing there, though. So special summon from hand. Oh, I can summon the Retainer. Right. No, I'm not going to do that. Yeah. No. Still just this. The effect engrave is Sanguine. I'm a normal summon Retainer here. Let's just go battle and kill this Black Witch. Which is a bit of a nuisance. Alright. Now main phase 2. Let's go for Vampire Sucker, right? Yeah, let's go Sucker. And I want to use White Destiny here. That's going to give me a draw off the Vampire Sucker. It's also going to clean up my back row, right? Because I want to get the this in rotation. If I have more bodies on field. But if I did it, you know, the other way, if I just set the card, I'd have too much to set. That's a great draw. And now I can also sack off the Vampire Sucker for Retainer and Search a Spell Trap. I can get Vampire Awakening off this, which truthfully I don't even need right now, actually. I'll probably still do it just because it gets it off of the field. Yeah, I'm just going to get rid of this now. Vampire Sucker. Let's send this off. The Domination will still be live, importantly. I'm going to add from deck to hand. And I think I do just grab Awakening here. So I have access to some synergies. This is actually pretty cool. It's not what I'm going to be doing here, but it is solid. I'm going to set the Skill Drain. I'm going to set the Sanguine. I don't know if I actually need to set Aquero. I'd probably hold the Aquero. I'm going to set the Domination as a counter trap. He just swings over this. Probably still is Aquero. I'll save these for like a play once my back row is cleared up. Yeah, I don't think it'll actually matter right now. And I set Conquistador. I don't know if I'll need the counter trap either, so it's fine. Then end phase, we're gonna use the effect. I want to set Conquistador from the deck. The counter trap's not bad either, but I want to pop this because this does directly just contest the Golden Lord. I'm gonna toggle on Skill Drain, I think. There's no Renegade that threatens me. I'll hold off. But to say I don't want to like play into Baron with Witch plus the 3, but when he summons those, I can make do. If there's an extra deck monster to the field, I'll Skill Drain because SP dodges as well. But right now SP doesn't actually threaten me, so I will chill. I think this game is locked though. It's gonna be like a bit of a grind, but we should have this. Sangajin, sure, not Sangajin, not Golems. It's the second Golem, right? Okay, it's probably playing the 2/2 combination that is very popular. Do I care about this? I'm gonna go with no. I can let this rock. It's fine. I'm gonna grab Wedju Temple. Sure. Yeah, no response here. Still not threatening Skill Drain in any meaningful capacity. Wedju Temple, it's fine. We'll see more cards in his hand, which is nice. He'll get access to Sangajin. And he can go into Snake Eyes Doomed Dragon, which is multiple 3k beaters. We'll have to, or cannot check them really properly. He's placing this. So he's going to put it in Grave, I guess, with Doomed Dragon. And then he can use Engraver. So that is going to be a little annoying. What you want to do under Skill Drain as this Fiendsmith player is keep cycling Requiems and Engravers so you can use Tracts to fuse for, what's it called? For Desiree. And then Desiree can deal with the face down. Alright, so yeah, nothing here. I need a Skill Drain here, that we can't get SP'd. So let's flip this up now. Because obviously he goes SP with this, and then targets to banish the Skill Drain. I'm just super mad because he changed SP to Skill Drain. And now I should be fine. I guess I have Conk to stop it, but it feels really, really neg by comparison of any other play. Alright, so get back the Engrava, which I don't care about. Yeah, so he can access Requiem here. Can cycle. The cycling, though, isn't the end of the world. Maybe I should be popping this now while there's not the ability to float 2 monsters out and then back into a bigger link, but I think that's misguided value. I can just chill and he'll link away his own monsters for me and he'll go neg. And truthfully, that's just better than anything I could ask for. As well as I'd want to have an answer if he makes Access Code Talker, right? If he makes Access Code Talker, that is the out Skill Drain because it can banish itself from the field. Then you want to Skill Drain that. Skill Drain Conquistador that. Would be a rather big commitment for him, but no, I'll be there. I'll be ready. Alright, original will send. I don't know why he's using it here, to be honest. Doesn't need this. I don't need to stop this. That doesn't do anything threatening. Because what targets do you have left? It should just be Oak, which, if anything, is a downgrade in terms of card quality. And this is where a lot of people stumble, right? They get put in these awkward spots that are like stalemate-ish. They don't know how to navigate. You need to have a goal you're working towards. And that sounds easier than said, but as a Snake Eye player, say, okay, how am I winning this game? And you have a couple ways. You could outvalue your opponent, you can outbeat stick your opponent, or you can out the skill drain and then go there. Sometimes you can do multiple at the same time, like try accomplish multiple, which is pretty good because you threaten multiple fronts. But sometimes you have to choose one or the other because those paths compete with each other, and then you work towards it. So in the case of outing it skill drain, say, how do I out it in my deck? What's my next outs? Okay, my next outs are Desiree. How do I trigger Desiree? If I can get the trap live, or if I can get 3 Fiendsmith cards together for attract play, that's what you're looking for. That's fine. I'll pop this now. That attacks probably. Actually, I kind of want this to die. I want that dead. I kind of want it dead. I'll just take 3,000, right? It's like not a big deal. Yeah, because the access code thing is still there, which I have to be careful of. Like in the end phase, I'll do the combos, but it's fine. I want this in the grave. That way I can use Golden Lord to clean up my field, which will be nice. But here, this is not threatening. It may convey the information to my opponent that they can rely on a big beat stick game plan to beat me. That will not work. And they decided that it will not work. Yeah. In these game states, you should typically stick it out because the games aren't completely over. I was comfortable enough that I really was not going to lose that game. That being said, if you ever face in the spot as the Snake Eye player, you can win those. I think my opponent was stuck in thought there and then eventually ran out of time. I'm not reacting as hyped as I should be because it was kind of a slow skill drain victory. But we won our first match of Yu-Gi-Oh! Casino, and all we had to do was floodgate our opponents. All right, I won the die roll. That's a fantastic sign. We can skill drain another opponent. You know, maybe this is going to be one of those like batches of 5 games where you draw the same 1 card every single duel. That would be awesome. I'll take skill drain every hand. 50 card deck or 60 card deck. I do max E, which is cool. Rest of this does nothing though, or it doesn't do nothing. It's not as brilliant. And still, this is fine. Okay, let's let this fire off. I'm gonna get a Golden Land Forever off this, I think, because I already have this. I want my Maxi to resolve, so I'm going to grab Golden Land Forever. And the game plan here is to use these 2 in the draw phase to make the Golden Land Forever live. That way I can resolve Maxi. Versus 60 card deck, the Maxi should slow down infinitely. A good 60 card player will oftentimes push through Maxi, but it's hard to know who or the quality of my opponent's skill level will be. 60 cards, yeah. So I'm gonna let this rip in the draw phase. If there is Ash Blossom, that will hurt, but I didn't sense a toggle. Whilst it's not completely standard. Alright, I'm gonna use Vampire Awakening. Now, what do I get off Vampire Awakening is the next question. Who's toggled on there? I have Imperm, Droplet, neither of which matter too much. Still, I'm gonna Vampire Awakening. So I have a card to tribute for our Golden Land Forever. And I can get Familiar or Retainer. And I'll search the corresponding card. I think I searched Familiar here. So I'm gonna summon this out, get some searching in. It also gets it in the grave to revive itself later. And I'm gonna add Retainer from deck to hand. If it gets Dropleted, that's not a big deal. It's completely fine. Again, the vampire cards are like the tertiary part of this deck. They have an express role of like some utility, filling out empty deck slots in the deck, as well as the Omni Negates of Domination. Outside of that, I really don't care about them too much. The idea here is next turn I can normal Retainer, send it off, revive Familiar. Familiar will search. Then I send up what I search off Familiar to revive Retainer, which a trap, then we Vampire Sucker. So next turn it gives me access to a draw plus a counter trap. Foolish Burial. This should not matter. There should be no card that really affects me too badly. Foolish is usually bait in this deck, having played these decks for long enough. If this is branded, Hero's deck I don't have as much expertise with, but I do know that this deck has a hard time getting to fusion spells. That being said, I'm very confused why Ferris was sent. That makes no sense. Stratos, search. The bad player in me says, oh, if I Golden Land Forever this, I might just win on the spot. And while that might be true, again, I really want to check this Maxi resolving. And that, to me, above all else, is the most important thing. That's what I want to rely on, because this deck is weak against Maxi. Vision Hero, Ferris, and there is the Ferris. So, ooh, okay, now he can chain block if he does have the way to stop Maxi, which is a bit of a problem, because if he didn't stop Maxi, I was going to negate the effect of Ferris on field. Would have been pretty solid, but he can chain block it now. Resolve. Okay, So that means this counter trap now can just be used on whatever. That's gonna summon the Ferris. Draw another Maxi. I'm just the best player alive. This is why I won the world championship. You just have to Maxi into Maxi. Because they're isolating the Shadow Mist from Ash, I presume. They know I have Golden Land forever though, and I'm not sure if it's an experience with my deck. I'm gonna hold off because maybe the counter trap is better than I think against this matchup. For Fusion Destiny and such, it might be bait. Because even the Vion, I'm thinking about it now, the increase. When he uses increases affected tribute, I can pop with Conquistador and effectively 2-for-1 his monsters, as well as cuts off a very important resource for the deck. I did Liquid Soldier, I cared essentially nothing about. Yeah, so I'm going to Conquistador this here. It'll keep him off of this body, as well as it keeps him off of Vion and fusion spells, which is huge. There's a toggle here. Okay, nothing. Awesome. I do think it's probably Droplet, based on how this has been kind of playing out. Destroy a card. Let's send this to the grave. So no drop, but it's fine. And I expect the Fusion Destiny to be one of his last pushes. If he was trying to bait out the counter trap for Fusion Destiny. And that's I'm holding Golden Land forever for, because DPE is kind of a hard time for this deck to out. I don't even know what those cards do. I'll let that happen. It sounds bad. Dark Fusion does not sound it. I'm going to let this completely fly. And they decide that's all they want to see. Yeah. Complete grip on the duel there. And 2-0 without Lich. Should all got nothing on these golden boys. Okay, so we're losing the die roll again. As I said, this is my biggest concern. Losing the die roll to these combo decks that is the current meta without having hand traps is going to be hard. Not like I have that much push going second. No Maxi this time. Oh, my bonus hand trap. Skull Meister is here. That means that our actual engine is not great. We have no access to Golden World right now. We have the slow access that is... Oh, God. The slow access that is the things. The Golden Lands. Do I Ash this? I can Skullmeister Lurie, right? That's actually kind of broken. I'm gonna do that. Then I have to hold the Ash. Even though Ash isn't great against these. Skullmeister is probably still worse than Ash, though. Hopefully this is just dead. I'll Meister this. I think it's Callbite. I can Ash Requiem, so it's kind of the same thing. It resolves. No toggle there on the opponent's end, so no Callbite. Even if unless they played around it. I needed that because I cannot play with what I have right now. Give me something clean. Give me a Golden Land. No, not Golden Land Favor. Cursed Eld Land. Chaos Trap. Oh, that's actually not that good. Wait. Yeah, it's not that good. I was about to say, oh man, I can hit the tier cards, but no, this only stops inherent summons. So cards that aren't summoned via another effect. So it does not stop the fusion summon of Kid Kalos, because that's summoned via the effect of Sharon. As well as Rhino Heart and Seamare are normal summons that are not light or dark, so it cannot stop those. This, however, is good against the Fiendsmith package, so it's not all for naught. That being said, I'm happy this is not Compulsor Ring. This is better than those cards. And I think low-key, that was Chaos Trap Hole was the goo, as a lot of the Yu-Gi-Oh players call it. All right, pass here, nice and slow. Slow can you go? If the activates tracked again, do I do anything about it? Probably not. I'll probably just Chaos Trap Hole the Requiem when that comes down. The trap cards could be something super poly, might be impermanent, I doubt it. It could be any of the Tearlaments trap cards. It could be Droplets. Set of monsters, interesting choice. I'm going to activate these in the end phase, I think. I'll check for Ash and Maxi first, Vampire Awakening. This is the one that's most important, I think, for me to use, especially for my deck. Resolves, cool. I'm going to grab Familiar. Then from the decking special, Retainer. Sick. Grab that out. So I want to make Bram here, because I can go Bram. I do think that might be a Droplet face down. I'm going to use the Aquero then to link away, but yeah. Let's grab Familiar. Familiar will be sent off of the Retainer. Retainer off of Familiar, kind of like we said. Oh, destroyed in the end phase. I forgot about that. All right, well, that was bad. Aquero. And do I activate Conquistador here or do I want to hold it is the question. I think I'm going to hold it because this will get me the Sanguine now to get into the rolling lines. Well, I got called an idiot. That's fine. Konami likes to do that. I guess not the end of the world. I can now use this to make Sakura. I just won't get 2 searches straight away, which would have been nice. What's the effect Engrave? Wait, I thought I had to control Vampire for this. Never mind, I'll just do this then, right? Vampire Familiar. So I need to go into Red Baron to steal his monster. What could he set that does anything? I don't think anything he sets does anything. I'm gonna sack off the retainer here. Cool, resolved. And I cut Shadow Vampire, right? So it's not gonna be a card I grab. That's not a big deal. I want to add another familiar off this, I'm pretty sure, because it's gonna get sacked off in a second. So we're still checking for droplet here. Cool, nothing is awesome. Let's grab, oh, I can't add itself, duh. I'm just gonna grab Vampire Sorcerer then, just to put it in the grave, because I don't want to send off the Red Baron. The Red Baron is the only like utility vampire in my deck. Now I have to make Sucker. This may get dropleted. That's fine, I don't really care. The draw is nice off it, but not too important. I could try check for the draw here first by summoning out his Lurie and drawing a card. The reason I do that is because if I summon this, I use both effects at the same time. You can droplet for 2 to negate both. That means that if he discards 2 cards, I think I'm okay with that. So I'm just going to let this rip naturally. Send off the Sorcerer, just put it in grave. There's no toggle there, which is interesting. So maybe it's not droplet. Maybe it's Book of Moon? I don't know. Get the draw and I get to search. Either way, this is pretty good. What does that mean? Oh, it's super poly. Was there I thought there was a toggle on the summon of, oh, he confused with his face down monster. Okay, is the King of the Swamp face down perhaps? It might be. Chaos Trap Ball does not stop this, obviously. Fusing mine away. Okay, so cutting off the Vampire domination line. We're Garura and Fiendsmith. We'll give him some draws. Adding from deck to hand. Domination is dead now, so I'm probably just going for Awakening again. We'll get another familiar and then get the Red Baron. So that's my last demon push. Not my demon, what's it called? Vampire. God, I'm so lost for words. So I'm going to use this on my turn, right? Because that way, special summon familiar. And I can banish this summon Red Baron for free and swap, which is actually pretty good. I do this, which is not bad. I don't know what his face down, though, is, right? Like, so I get to grab here. I could just grab Golden Land Forever, set, and kind of chill a bit. I think, honestly, I'm just chilling. I don't need to add Golden Lord to start pressuring things and discarding. I'm not going to use my Vampire Awakening just yet. Because I want to have Aquero and Sanguine. So I guess, yeah, let's set this. In the end phase, I'll use Conk effects in the end phase. Aquero effect in the end phase. Pop, Banish, Chaos Trap Hole. Chaos Trap Hole will deal with the SP. Because again, there's a weak point in this deck, is not being able to deal with SP efficiently. So having that access will be very nice. Damn, I wish I had more than 5 Acro with this deck. I pay attention to what he discarded. It was Ogre. Okay, I feel like I knew it was nothing, but I wasn't completely sure. Toggle here. Ash here is actually a little annoying. Okay, it is. These can be used to defend myself, so I'm not at risk of just dying just yet, but it is. That is a little troublesome. I'm not thrilled about that development. But that's probably the card he drew then, right? Because the toggle wasn't there before. Molcharming. So he's looking to SP, which I will Chaos Trap Hole. Then do I Ash the card, the Garura? Probably not. SP. This card is a problem. So I'm just going to banish this. I do not want to deal with this the rest of the game. And now I have the question of, do I Ash this Garura? If I'm confident that he drew the Ash for turn, which I'm pretty sure he did, then I want to stop this because he can't do anything. And then I get to reestablish a counter trap with Golden Land Forever. And I'll be locked in again Jutsu. So I'm going to do this, even though this looks terrible. Because I don't want to risk him drawing access to Fiendsmith cards, and then one Ash doesn't stop him anymore. Or like a Rhino Heart, which I just cannot deal with because of the Scream. And he's going to end phase. And this can get Golden Lord, right? So yes, that is all I need to see. Domination, another counter trap. I don't have enough back row space for this, but not a bad thing at all. This one will just fire off, get a Golden Land Forever. Or, no, this one is going to get Golden Lord. I'm going to go to the Conk. I don't need multiple. And I will get rid of his Scream. It's fine. So go to Conk. Yep. So you can get a Search of a Trap off this. That's not too important. Scream actually is a very good card, so getting rid of it's good. Giving him a trap feels a little awkward, especially because he can search a counter trap. However, I can counter trap his counter trap, so it's not the end of the world. And now I'm going to clear up my back row with our said Golden Lord. And this will be a 2-turn clock here, because there'll be 35 now. And next turn, it's not hard to clean 45 with the Golden Lord and all the summons I have. Send back to grave. Yes, right? Because I can send. You can send Golden Lord. Yeah, I'm gonna send a second Golden Lord just to have it in grave. It shouldn't be risky in grave at all. And then just go battle phase. Swing 35. Now, what do I want to set here? I can keep him in the Genjutsu if I just go Awakening and Domination. And then I don't use all my traps here. I'm not going to get access to Sanguine or anything. So what I'm going to do is end phase. I'm going to use the effect of... I'm not going to use Conquistador, sorry. I'm going to get Sanguine. Get the Golden Hand forever, so get in the counter trap. And then in the draw phase, I'm going to activate our Awakening. Grab our Familiar. And then that'll turn on the Vampire Domination. I'll have 2 counter traps to his 2 cards plus Meta Noise, which should leave me completely invulnerable to anything he can do, as well as having the pop advantage. And in the process, I'll be able to search my Red Baron. Red Baron can be normal summon for free next turn thanks to Vampire Sorcerer. So this also represents lethal damage. So this should be checkmate. Foolish Burial. So obviously I can just Aquero this, so I have no reason to do anything. He obviously should know I have Aquero, though I searched it last turn. The first turn I drew Outland. Funny how much life points this deck pays. It's like the only oversight maybe by playing Chaos Trapple. These are my life points rather exposed, but I think it was worth it. Actually, interesting this person is choosing the main deck Ogre and Tier. It's a deck that doesn't have that much space for non-engine. Okay, so this is also still vulnerable to Aquero. And in their perspective, this might be bait for them. They're like, haha, bait Aquero, but obviously with 2 counter traps face down, I am mega chillin'. We can check that pretty easily. Banish the Engraver. Getting it banished is nice for the future as well. I'd like to banish a card. Yes, I will. Let's banish the Engraver. And yeah, you can see here how damage is not hard to come by. Set 1. Set 2. Yeah. And then in the end phase, I can use this effect to set Connect to Grave, giving me even more resources. To the White Destiny down there. I must embrace my White Destiny, and then Awakening pops this off. That's fine. No cards in hand, meaning I don't have to play on Super Poly either, which is like the only other concern that I may have had left. So let's slam down this effect. It's a normal summon for free this turn. Use the effect of Sorcerer. Yes, summon this out. Let's set this down. Use the Golden Lord effect. And you can see here, this deck actually applies pressure in terms of damage way faster than you may think for a trap deck. It can be, it's like Labyrinth in that way, right? It was kind of the original trap deck that applied pressure pretty fast. That's always been a problem with trap decks, right? Where you can just wait them out and they can't do much because they have to wait for you to play in order to play. Paleo being an example of that, and the Paleo games can go for hours as a result. Eldritch will just kill you. I had no problem putting up a lot of damage here, and we still had White Destiny as well, so no problems. Holy shit, guys. We're 3-0. We're positive. Yes. See, this is how I expect this series to go. I pull some packs. I build a deck that's not brilliant. It's not meta, but I can get wins with it. And we're cooking right now. We've had good luck, but we're cooking. Okay. Oh, this is not a good hand. This is not live, as well as I do no Golden Lord access immediately. Well, that's not great. I'm essentially relying on Chaos Trapple and Ash to beat a 44 card deck. Don't love the odds here. All right, that's fine. We've won harder games. We won harder matchups. Hopefully they're playing a deck that summons Light or Darks, and it's like Blue Eyes. They summon Sage, I Chaos Trapple, they pass. Wait. Yo, this is actually a crazy Chaos Trapple. Value. That's nice. You Chaos Trapple is broken. I bet he was not expecting that. He's complaining to his friends and like, what the fuck is this? Deception. Okay, that has to be Ash, unfortunately. I cannot deal with that. Please don't already have Hallowed. Okay, good. Tribute. Valor. My concern is he discarded Tails for Black Witch. Why? Did he think he would reset itself? I have to Ash. I just hope he has no extenders, but unfortunately that's my last push, which means anything else happens, I am cooked, and that's the equivalent. I guess the only thing with this is like there's a chance he just can't convert off of the Hallowed cards, especially because he's already witched into anything meaningful. But the Omnigate is still an Omnigate, and I'm not exactly fond of them. And if there's something else on top of that, then I am Mega Dedge. Alright, Hallowed Azamina. Okay. Yeah, so I am just going to have to sit patiently and watch. Vampire's Domination, which I can make live with Vampire Sucker or Throb. Arcielago. Yeah. And then search off this. I'll see what he grabs. I have to imagine that if they're playing correctly, they have Engine in hand. Otherwise, discarding Tails there was an egregious misplay. I guess unless they thought it would reset itself. Some of them may be new to the deck, which if anything is something to work in my favor. Add back to hand first before attacking, which might mean he's either, again, still new to the deck, not sure if it lines, or he just has extenders again. Set. Wait, what? Did he search? He searched Wanted, right? Why did he set a card first? I don't know. Well, I guess that confirms my suspicion that we should be safe. Add Black Witch, which cannot... Oh, he can use it again, right? Because I negated the summon, they changed the ruling on it, right? Can he summon this again? Only special summon Demonster once done this way. Yeah, no, he can summon it again. Okay. Good to know. Forgot about that. I forgot they changed the ruling. They changed the ruling years ago, to be fair. Maybe even pre-COVID, but there was a time in the world where if you got your negated summon, they only summoned it once per turn. That way you couldn't keep summoning more. So like if you summoned a Striker Kagari, for example, and got warning or saw him strike, you cannot keep summoning them. Same as Yugioh cards. That's actually the one I was most relevant for. But that has changed since then. Yes, they can witch. Trying to imperm. I mean, this is damage. And life points does matter, but it's not that big of a deal. Ironically, though, if he sets Deception, it does the burn damage off it. Oh, it's the full combo Snake Eye deck. Alright, well, I just lose. I just lose. Alright, well. This deck can't always convert off of the Eyeball Star that well, because there's no direct lineage between the Sinful Spell cards and the White Force cards, so they can't access each other that well. The way you have to do it is to turn two bodies into Chorozo, and then Synchro, because that gives you tuner access with the LZ, and then you get into it. But it's like a heavy commitment that not every hand can do. What the hell was that card? If you control total levels of Snake Eyes, or 2 or higher, use one of these effects. Place a monster one controls or in the grave, put the spell trap card zone. So it's just subversion on my turn. But yeah, that's kind of like a problem with the White Force deck that's always kind of plagues me. And at the same time, you want to play the Azamina cards, right? Because they work well when you have any White Force access already, as well as the White Force cards can get into the Azamina cards and the Sinful Spell cards. And they have other good things going for them as well. And in the TCG, that's even more kind of true with the Diabell Star Vengeance and the other white Diabell Star, which I don't remember the name of. Diabells, maybe? Diabell? Not the Diabell since in Master Duel. It's not legal in this game. Okay, so we're not dead, but we're dead. If you catch my drift. Link summoning for Ip. Yeah. Well, we beat the one Snake Eye player by robbing them with Skill Drain Maxi. I think it's fair that we lose to the other Snake Eye player. Damn. If our hand was just like a little better, I think we almost certainly win this game too. Just having 3 dead cards obviously is not very good. Oh, dude, what the hell is their deck? How much engine do they play? Fiendsmith cards as well. All right. They were just waiting to play against me. A deck which is like all trap cards, so they don't need hand traps. They can just greed and play infinite engine. Those decks are fun. I love playing those decks. I don't think I'd build Snake Eye that way, but I'm definitely getting punished here. But do I just concede at this point? I'm just gonna go next. I think I am for sure dead at this point. Like, even if yeah, there's nothing to do. I'm gonna not waste either our time. Let's go to the next duel. All right, final game of the challenge, and we won the roll. That is fantastic. 3-2 is a solid record. But of course, the end goal here, 4-1. Can we do it? I'm looking at a good hand, hopefully. And this looks pretty solid. We have the Vampire setup relatively ready to go. We got the Eldritch setup ready to go. This is actually a phenomenal hand. Outside of like Maxi and Ash, this might be like the best possible engine hand I could get. What's more important, Conquistador or the Vampire cards? The Conquistador. So I'm gonna lead with the vampire cards and aid to, or in hopes of checking for engine. Send back to grave. I'm gonna send the familiar. And then I'm gonna run with the familiar. I'm gonna send off the retainer. And then if I get maxed here, I will stop. Okay, I did not. So off this, I'm gonna add from deck to hand. I'm gonna add whatever I want in the grave. So I'm gonna add the sorcerer to put in grave. That way, next time I do anything, I get the graveyard effect of this card, which is kind of neat. You get drolled there. No. Can I get Imperm? What was the toggle there? I'm curious. Retainer, I'm gonna send the sorcerer, right? Because I want to make sucker. Do I want to make sucker even? No, I'd rather just keep up the bodies, truthfully, because I can tribute them for Golden Land forever as well. I'm gonna add domination right to hand, the counter trap, and I'm gonna set 4. Obviously, I'm gonna search out this first, but this is super good. I'm gonna grab Conquistador, and I should be all set to go. So I have lost access to the vampire cards. I'm not gonna have any more of them, but that's fine. Set uno, dos, tres, cuatro. And I feel pretty comfortable with where we're at. Lair of Darkness. What does that tell me he might be playing? Might be Thunder Dragon? Gizmek. Oh, this is a Grand Maju deck. Perhaps. Maxi here. I'm going to obviously just chain. That's fine. Argument to doing this in draw phase, but I already have the Omni-Negate from Domination, so I can play around stuff anyways. One draw, that's not the end of the world when I eventually use my Conquistador. Yes, now I have double Omni-Live and the pop. I have to give him a draw, though, in order to do the pop, but so I may end up not using it, but it's still big chillin' for me. El Armageddon. In Latin America, I've often been called Jesse Algodon, which means cotton in Spanish. To all my Latin American viewers out there, appreciate you guys. And I enjoy coming out to all the Latin American countries that people oftentimes have a negative perception about. What the fuck? Alright, he got my ass. Not gonna lie. I still have 1 counter trap, so it's not the end of the world. Imsetsis. What's he discard? Discarding Thunderbird. I'm pretty sure I just domination this. Keep 2 cards out of his hand. It's fine. Doesn't give me life points, right? Because it doesn't destroy the card. Yeah, it does not. Okay, but still 2 cards left. You know, you can't summon a monster, so I can't die to Grim Madra or some shit. Alpha. That's fine. I'll win the long game through this, so it's not the end of the world. If it's bounce Lava Golem, I don't care about either that much. Yeah, turn it. Sure. I'm not going to summon this Conquistador in the end phase. I want to give him the draw off this. King Sark, that's probably the worst case scenario. He already had King Sark. Okay, and he already has him setting grave. That's not ideal. Not remotely ideal. It's to discard everything, and we'll see what happens. I need to protect my life points to some degree, because if I don't, then I can't use my vampire cards or Golden Land forever, both of which I do kind of want to pay attention to. So I may end up using Conquistador this turn. Again, I really would rather I don't do that, but might have to. Sending a Happy. As well as if I eat a direct attack from a Dwamatath for 36, I could die in main phase 2 to a gigantic Trainer, the rank 8 monster, which I do not want happening. So yeah, that's going to swing here. I'm going to, I think, sort of block the 36. Oh, I would just die. I don't have a choice. Never mind. I don't know what I'm talking about. Didn't toggle on. Didn't toggle on. Didn't toggle on. All right. Well, I'll block the 3,000 then. I'll block the 3,000. You hear all my talking. I'm such a schmuck. This where he draws MST off the top or some shit, and I just die. Okay. I mean, in reality, it was a 600 damage mistake. It wasn't the end of the world. It was still dumb. It could have been way worse. Okay, so now we'll see if he wants any for Exceeds. I'm actually would rather make XYZs, to be honest. Makes Ding. Okay, so Ding is a little troublesome as it acts as protection from destruction. So just counter this. And I don't have SP in my deck, so I can't banish this. I'm going to hit the Elland. Yeah, so I have the Elland effect. I'm going to send a Quero here so they can fill the grave with effects I can use straight away. I can send this with Golden Lord, because Golden Lord just sends. It doesn't destroys. So end phase, I get to use this straight away because he sent my Golden Land, which is nice. I'm going to set Sanguine or Elixir. It's Elixir, right? What if I need Vampire access, though? I think I need Vampire access. So I'm going to get the Sanguine. Okay. This is where I'm gonna need life points. My life points are gonna get dwindled away. Draw Conquistador, which is not bad because I wasn't gonna have access to that. Let me think for a second. I can make Sheridan. What does Sheridan do again? For one card opponent controls, ascend it to the graveyard. If a monster card is sent from the field to the grave, find opponent's card effect. You can special one monster. Special. Ooh, doesn't it get the effect? It doesn't. So I can steal this, make Sheridan, send this, then revive and steal this. That's what I want to do. So do I want to conk or I want the golden land forever? I probably want the golden land forever, right? Or I want the conk. I want the conk probably because the pop is actually really good versus a deck like this in theory. I really hope I don't get max seed, man. Or maybe I need the counter trap to like not die. Wait, it locks me into zombies. Special summon except zombie monsters. I can't steal this then. I should get rid of this then. Add to my hand. A special summon a monster. Yes. Summon this out. 3,500. And then I can use. There's a toggle there. It's so scary. What did this guy draw? Oh, it might be Gizmek. Gizmek is fine though. Sanguine. Oh! Why did the one draw have to be Maxi? Back to search. I don't know why this is in defense mode. It shouldn't be in defense, but it should be in attack. I'm giving it to my opponents. Normal summon. Yeah, I could steal the familiar back, which would have been nice, but I just can't here. Take control of... I still have to take this, right? To share it and send this? Yeah, I think so. Give him this. And the once per turn is not... Yeah. So he can detach multiple times a turn. Alright, battle phase. Should be an attack, but I'm a dunce. Attack. Sort of one, attack again, and then yeah, like Sheridan main phase 2. Wish it wasn't zombie lock, because then I would send this, steal it, and pop this. Main 2. I don't want to use it, unfortunately. No, I don't want to use it. I really would love to use it, but I cannot. Yeah, so let's use the effects. I'm going to detach my guy. I'm going to get rid of this. And that is gone because that was the biggest problem. I can set this and then special summon just sucker here. Ugh, I gave him 2 extra cards. It wasn't as bad as I thought, and it could have been. I could have done more in theory if I wasn't there, but still, it could have been worse. I'm going to use this now. Get access to Sanguine or Destiny. Oh, just White Destiny for sure. For sure, White Destiny. It is a bit scary how low my life points are. I guess he should have maxed it on Golden Lord. Because if I do nothing there, I lose anyways. And he knew I had Sanguine. And if I guess he doesn't understand that Sanguine can summon any zombie from the deck if I control Golden Lord. Most people forget that. I discard to draw 2. Bigfoot. That doesn't matter. That's fine. Obviously, him cycling is not a good thing, but I don't care. He can't pop anything well. He can pop the Sheridan. I don't care about that. Golden Lord can't be popped. So, yep. If he has the second King Sark, we'll have to pop it. Or I'll have to pop that. I think I don't care about this. Yeah. If I pop this and then he has something else, it's rough. Where I don't directly die because I still have White Destiny plus Conk here. I can't get Ashed. I have to get Belled. All right. I have to react here. Let's toggle on. That was what I was scared of. So I special summon from hand now. The Golden Lord out and then conk it. And if his last card in hand is a card that you can summon and do shit with, then I'm screwed. But I am taking... I die to this straight up if I don't have anything. So use conk here. This is no material, so it cannot protect, importantly. Destroy a card. Get this shit out of here. Let's see what he has. He can summon the alpha out. Yeah, because I have more attack, which is very frustrating. But doesn't present lethal, which is all I care about at the moment. Yeah, so this does not kill me. And if the game persists for a grind, I will get a lot of searches here in the end phase that I'll get 1 search, but I'll be able to equalize a little bit, and the next turn I get even more. In phase 2, is there an SP end phase? No, perfect. 100 life points, they can still use some effects as well. End phase Sanguine. I'm gonna hit Quero here almost obviously because I have 1 conch left. I do not want to burn it. Taquero. Draw Vampire's Desire. That's... Do I have any targets for this left? No, but I can still summon a free monster from the grave if that's not... If that's like what I desire. I can revive something like Sheridan here. I need the detach material from this to be good though. So reviving doesn't do anything. Crimson Baron. This card destroyed a monster battle. Okay, so I'd have to destroy a monster, which I cannot. I don't think this does anything because I can like summon Golden Lord, then send it off to revive something. That will not help me here. I think I just set this for Golden Lord, to be honest. Send this off. Cool. No DD Crows or some shenanigans shit. Special summon a monster. Yes, I shall. Bring this out. Awesome. Now, Alpha here is priority number 1, because that'll keep removing my indestructible Golden Lord. And then in the main phase 2, let's use our dudes to get some searches going. And now we should finally have stabilized to a point where we can win this game. It was a little more close to the wire than I like, but I feel pretty safe now. I'm going to set last Conch and Golden Land Forever, so I should have all of them set up. And then the end phase Conch will set my last Sanguine, meaning I will have access to Golden Lord should this get removed by some ridiculous kaiju type of crap. Also have the second Golden Lord from the deck, meaning he should be within kill range over the next turn. We should be all good to go. Stabilized, lethal represented, disruption presented. We are clear. I hope. And look at that, they're disconnecting. I think they decided to call it quits. Let's go. 4-1, baby. And that was a great hand that ended up a little close thanks to the Maxi shenanigans. We managed to squeak it out pretty cleanly there. And I'm very happy with how that game was played. I think I played that well. Outside for the stupid blocking 600 attack there. Because that could have mattered given our deck phase life points. And that's it, guys. I'll take a look at the deck one more time before we pack it away on our shelves. You know, these last 2 videos, I went walking away from the casino, broke and destitute with nothing to my name. But this time, the power of some golden armor and our Golden Lord friend over there, we're leaving the casino a winner. 4-1. We really popped off. You know, we struggled to get a single win every other time. This time, we dominated. So, let me know what you guys thought of some of the different rules. And I'm willing to have variations on every single episode. It's not going to be the same every time. We're going to have a lot of fun. And I'll see you guys all with more casino next Monday.